Well, the DNA test did come back and I am his father, so I don't think that works. I have no idea why I've ended up having to prepare a speech so soon after the fat sibling over there. So I guess I should say a few words about Matt. Well, one would be enough, as already mentioned, fishing. Matt is like a caged animal in this room. Outside, the sirens of the River Severn are luring him to go fishing. Already he's looking round the table to see what he can scavenge in the way of bait. And up until yesterday, Matt actually thought fishing was part of the marriage ceremony, after someone asked him if his wedding tackle was all in order. Matt and a group of loonies chose to spend his stag night down in Wales. To be honest, they were much better behaved than I was on mine, which was kindly sponsored by Benson Hedges, but I won't go there. As part of Matt's weekend, he chose to have a major drinking session and then charter a boat out of Cardigan Bay to have a little bit of a fishing trip. But it was any surprise after 8 hours at sea, with Captain Birdseye, that the fellow members of the crew had fallen asleep, and not only the guts of the fish were around the deck, but other guts were joining them on the deck. Matt and Sam over there stood on the deck strapped like Captain Ahab as the pot-headed skipper took them further into unknown waters. Ahoy me heart as he shouted as a great white shark was spotted on the horizon. The harpoons were charged and Matt and Sam pulled in 2 monster sharks the size of jaws. So Matt, how big were the sharks you pulled in? No. How big were the sharks you pulled in, Matt? So he's fishing. Often folk liken me to Matt, and mini-me, some of them have said, I guess in reference to the tons of weight I've piled on in recent years. But Matt is indeed like me, handsome, placid, shy, and a gentle soul. Karen has said to say a bit about Matt growing up. Matt was born in the early hours of the morning, and playing on the radio was Louis Armstrong's All the Love in the World, which we always see as Matt's song. Matt was a boy for sure, looking like a scrunched up little boxer, weighing a whopping 10 pounds. Watch out, Cara. And Mum, how heavy was I?
10, 13.
Matt didn't speak till he was about 3. It wasn't that his vocal cords hadn't developed, more that his elder sister said everything for him. There was always a bond between Carrie and Matt. They would always know what the other one was doing. Bewitched, if you ask me, but all that was put right with a sprinkle of holy water from the River Jordan. As Matt grew up, he was demanding at times, and Mommy was always giving to him. Driving through Wales during the foot and mouth epidemic, Matt had a tantrum shouting, I want to go and see the sheep getting burned. And as a good parent would do, I turned the car around and Matt was able to see the fluffy barbar lambs burning on a huge fire. He would also demand that he would always have a Welsh flag, no idea what that was all about either. At 13 he said to Mum, I want a paintball gun for my birthday. I tried to be the sensible one, which is very difficult for me. But Mum insisted that the brat had his paintball gun. Boy, did he learn his lesson. We arrived back at Green Lane, I set up the gun for him. And being Dad, I thought I should test it first, just to see if it was safe for him. And after 20 shots into the fence, Matt's jaw dropped. The paint gun had the ballistic capability of a North Korean long-range missile. There was a hole in the fence big enough to fit our dog Poppy through. You don't know Poppy, you know where we're coming from. Matt never went near that gun again. Another favourite of Matt was torches. Everywhere he went he had to have a torch, and they got bigger and bigger. Then one day I returned from working away, and there was a new rug in Matt's room. There was no logic to why the rug was in the place where it was, so I rolled it back to find a perfect square burn in the carpet. Matt looked guilty, and of course Mum knew, hence the rug. How did they ever think they could pull the wool over my eyes? What was that, I asked. Matt had decided to move on from torches, and had stolen my 500 watt halogen inspection lamp, which was indeed the cause of the mysterious black eye in his carpet. Matt and Tom, as many would remember, and Tom, if you look at him now, have this bright blonde hair and resemble the cherubs from Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel. which made me think indeed, is Matt the Messiah that has returned? One day, Granny Betty, who's my mum down there, took a look at double take at one of Matt's arms. She said quietly to me, "Has Matt got drawing on his arms?" I gasped, "What do you mean?" Matt rolled up your sleeve. As Matt rolled up his sleeve, the image of Jesus revealed itself, and then one of Mary. I said in astonishment, "Mum, call the Vatican, it's a miracle to top the Turin shroud," as two effigies of Mary and Jesus indeed mysteriously appeared on Matt's arms. Mum at this time had realised that belting me around the head makes no difference whatsoever. Then one Friday in April, I called to Mum once more and said, "Mum, get the Pope on the phone quickly. This one's going to secure him a canonisation to sainthood." Humouringly said, "What's it for this time?" I said, "It's Matt. He's had an accident and a nail's gone through his foot." My mum was slightly more concerned about Matt's welfare than I was at the time. I said, "Mum, you have to listen. He's been working at a convent in Malvern and a nail has gone right through the middle of his foot. Do you realise the significance of this, as it was Good Friday?" After a short silence, I was relieved to hear that there was laughing coming from the other end of the phone. Anyway, we didn't need any of these miracles to confirm that what we already know, and Matt is no saint at all. Technically, I'm not supposed to be doing this speech, and I think it's fair on this occasion that Matt's mum stands up and does some words. So I leave you in the hands of my loving daft wife.
I'll do it if you want.
You can do this too. All right, Karen.
I'm doing two speeches, Mike.
I'll do double.
Don't lie.
No.
Go on.
I'm not standing up. No. Just let us sit down.
Go on, then.